Last Sunday, I struck gold at the flea market, and after the intro, I'll show you what it is. Stick around. What's going on, everybody? My name is Kevin Vidinia, and welcome to my channel Superpower Review, the show that brings you comic book reviews, statue reviews, and much, much more. If you guys like today's content, don't forget to smash that like button. That will really help the video out. And to show your support, make sure you click on that subscribe button for future content. So recently, last Sunday, I went to the flea market with my brother. This flea market is called the Raynham Flea Market, and it is in Raynham, Massachusetts. This flea market is a gold mine for nostalgia stuff, video games, toys, comic books, you name it. This place is awesome. I actually call this place a mini con, if you will. It is really the equivalent of that. You just never know what you're gonna find at this flea market. It's always a good time. And this is also the flea market where I picked up my Daredevil #1 as well. I've also taken you guys to the Raynham Flea Market once before. If you want to check out that video, you can find a link to that video in this video's description down below. Check it out. And if you guys would like me to return to the Raynham Flea Market, in case if you guys are new here, let me know. Let me know in the comment section if you'd like to go back. I can give you guys a little bit of a tour, maybe a longer video this time. It's definitely a great place. So if you guys are in the Massachusetts area, check out the Raynham Flea Market. It is one of the best flea markets in Massachusetts. So like I was saying, I went to the flea market with my brother Ryan. We were checking it out. He picked up a bunch of stuff, a bunch of video game stuff. That's what he's more into. He's more into video games. Of course, I'm into the comic books, of course. And so we were there for a little while looking around. He's just buying lots and lots of games. And you know, I'm checking out the back issue bin. And I just recently came back from Florida, so I was trying to be good, but that didn't last very long at all. So we were getting close to the end of our journey, and I found this book, and I was like, man, I can't leave this book behind. So this is a book that I've been wanting for a little bit. This book is very meaningful to me, and so what I ended up picking up was this X-Men #1, CGC graded at a 9.8. It's signed. So this is one of my favorite X-Men covers by Jim Lee, and it is one of my favorite X-Men covers to date. So this is an X-Men #1. This came out in 1991. This is the Jim Lee run. This book is signed by Jim Lee and is also signed by Scott Williams. Getting this book signed at this grade is huge for me. It really is. It's a beautiful book. The last few times I went to the Raynham Flea Market, they had it there, and there was a couple of times where I went there and they didn't have it anymore, and I was kind of bummed. I was like, see, I should have picked that up. That book, I would have loved to have that book. So I remember, you know, having this book with my brother, and my brother and I just reading this book to death. Like, you know, just seeing this Magneto cover was like one of the coolest things to me as a kid. It really was. So, you know, it has that nostalgic factor to it. It's one of the coolest things. And so the signatures are right there. You can see Jim Lee's signature. It's in gold. And then you can also see Scott Williams' signature, which is in the black Sharpie. It's a little hard to see, but nonetheless, still pretty cool. Now, I was originally looking for one with just the Jim Lee signature, but the price on this was so amazing that I couldn't really pass it up. Again, like I said, seeing it before, going to back to the flea market, not seeing it, and then seeing it again, I was like, yeah, I cannot leave this behind again. I just can't. So pick this up. And so this is another thing too, with everything that's been going on with the comic community and, you know, these Disney Plus shows and the anticipation of X-Men coming to the MCU, almost every single X-Men book has gone up in price, even if it's not a key. So this has been going up. This is a very, very small key. This is the first appearance of the Archelites, which is not a huge first appearance whatsoever. But this book has been going up, which doesn't really make sense to me because, again, it's a very minor first appearance, and they made millions and millions of copies of this book, even with different covers as well. So I'm going to tell you the price that I paid for this book, and then we're going to look at some of the sold pricings on eBay and some of the prices that are going up, or the listings that are up on eBay right now. So I paid $235 for this book, which I thought was a really good price. The vendor was originally asking $250, but I got him down to $235, which I thought was pretty good. I was If I really had to, like I said, I wasn't gonna leave the book behind. I would have been willing to pay the $250, but you know, you always try to, you gotta haggle at a flea market. That's the whole point about going to a flea market. So pay $235, and so some of the listings that I saw on eBay are pretty crazy, and I think I did pretty well. And here are some images from these eBay listings. So we have just a blue label, a 9.8 blue label, going for $190. We have a X-Men Color Edition. This is the same book, but just a different cover. This is just signed by Jim Lee at a 9.8, and that's going for $230. And then we also have a 9.6, not a 9.8, that is 2 times signed, just like mine here, and this is going for $350. So I think I did really, really well here at this flea market. I know a lot of people who are going to watch this will be like, you didn't pay the flea market prices. I would have never paid that. You got to take it for what it is. This is something that I would not see in the wild very often, and I don't think I could have gotten a better deal on eBay. So I thought it was a really good deal, and which is why I picked it up. This was a huge, huge find for me. Like I said, this cover is very meaningful to me. One of my favorite X-Men covers, my all-time favorite Jim Lee cover, and getting this signed by Jim Lee, plus the extra of having Scott Williams sign it, having it signed as well is also a plus. So that's what I picked up at the Raynham flea market. Let me know in the comment section how I did. And 2, would you like to go back to the Raynham flea market and we can do more of a detailed tour and see the other things that we find there? So let me know in the comment section. If you liked today's video, make sure you smash that like button. And again, if you're new here to the channel, click on that subscribe button to show your support. I'm Kevin Vidinia for Superpower Review, and I'll see you guys next time.